I'm excited about today. I think this is going to be really fun. I'm going to wait just a minute to see if anyone gets on with us to play. But I'm not going to wait too long because I always feel bad when I do that. I always feel bad for the people in the future who have to get on and they want to know about all these things and then they have to sit there and wait. And it's kind of boring and frustrating, right? So I'm not going to wait too long before I get started. Got some kind of weird thing under my eye. I forgot to put on my eye illuminator today. My hot dog. Imagine how much more beautiful I would look if I'd put on my eye illuminator today. Hi, Chelsea. Okay, so today I am talking about ranking and the compensation plan in the company. And I'm really excited about this because I think it will help to make a little bit more sense of why we encourage you to start recruiting like right out the gate, because that makes a big difference in your business financially and in your family. And so I'm going to go through and I am just going to kind of explain some things. I wrote a bunch of stuff out on this whiteboard already just so that I don't spend all my time writing, and I'm just going to kind of like fill in the blanks for you. But I'm going to pick this up and it's going to have stuff on it, but don't get overwhelmed. We're going to go through it together. Just hang tight with me and it'll be okay. Okay? So, let me see if I can, this is our family board that I usually have. I was going to open the windows, but then I was worried about glare. So I think this will, maybe I'll pull it a little closer though while we're talking. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's here. So when you get compensation from the company, there are two different ways. You get a downline bonus and what's called a group sales volume bonus. So I'm going to go through the downline bonus first because it's the most simple idea. That way, like, it's the easiest to understand, I guess I should say. It's really simple, really straightforward. It's no, like, big thing. So when you start growing your downline, in order to get your downline bonus, you have to have a minimum of 100 PV, and so does everyone on your downline. So if you want to get your downline bonus, you have to do at least a 100 PV order, and all the people on your downline that you are getting compensation for need to do a 100 PV order. So that's why it says minimum is 100 PV. You get paid no matter how many people you have on each line or on your team. So if you have like 5 people on your first line and 6 people on your second line and 3 people on your third line, you still get paid, or like 1 person on your first line and 7 on your second line. However it works, you still get paid no matter how many people you have on the team. I'm going to try to do this so that you can kind of see a little bit better. I know that like Kylie, when she did her video on ranking and compensation plan, she used like bubbles. But this makes more sense for me, so that's why I wrote it out this way. But if after this is over, if you feel like this does not make sense, then definitely try Kylie's bubbles. I just like the layout of this better, and I think it helped it make better sense in my brain this way. Okay, so on your downline, everyone has to do at least 100 PV. You and everyone you're making your pennies off of has to do 100 PV for you to get your downline bonus. When on your first line, you make, hold on, I gotta figure out how to write this without screwing everything up. 10% off of your first line's first 100 PV. So that's $10 a person on your downline, just automatically. On your second line, for just only your downline bonus, you make 20% off of their first 100 PV, or $20 a person. And it's only the first 100 PV is where you get your downline bonus. So if they're doing like 1,000 PV, you're only getting 20% on their first 100, and then everything else is over here in the group sales volume bonus, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But for your first line, so the people that you personally sponsor, you get 10% of their first 100 PV, $10 a person. Second line is 20% of their first 100 PV, or $20 a person. Third line is actually 30%, or $30 a person. You guys, this is why we talk about the compensation plan being stinking amazing, right? Like, you are making $30 a person off the people on your third line for your downline bonus. Like, they do 100 PV and you make 30 bucks. Like, this is awesome. Okay, for your fourth and fifth lines, you get 5%, or $5 per person. So that's how your downline bonus is broken up. You all have to do 100 PV, and no matter how many people you get, 10% off your first, 20 on your second, 30 on your third, and 5 on your fourth and fifth. So, but it's only, like I said, on their first 100 PV. And this over here is our group sales volume. Crap, my son just got cut. I'll be right back. Oh no, Chelsea! Dentist took longer than I planned. No stress now. Dentist is rough. Okay, so that's your downline bonus. And I started with that because it's really the most straightforward. No matter how many people you have on any of your lines, you're always going to get your downline bonus of that percentage of only their first 100 PV. What's remaining is what happens over here in the group sales volume. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this and talk at the same time, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. So if you can't read it, then let me know that you can't read it. Over here, we've got our group sales volume bonus. And this is where ranking comes into play, is over here with our group sales volume bonus, okay? You have to put in a minimum of a 300 PV order, and everyone that you want to get compensated for has to put in a 300 PV order if you want to get your group sales volume bonus, okay? But unlike over here where it doesn't matter how many people you have on each line, to get your group sales volume bonus, you have to have 5 people on each thing, which is why it goes along with our ranking, okay? So I'm trying to figure out, let me put this down for just a minute, and I'm going to talk to you about the first couple of ranks in the company. The first rank that you can hit is maiden, and what that means is that you have 3 people on your downline that have put in a 300 PV order or a qualifying order. And then you reach maiden, and you can do that in just 1 month. Royal in waiting is the next rank, and that's when you have 5 people on your downline that have put in a qualifying order of 300 PV. And then you are royal in waiting. You can even do that in 1 month and double rank and just go from distributor to royal in waiting. Really, really easy. You just have to have 5 people on your team in 1 month putting in an order, okay? And each of those you can do in just 1 month. Like if the beginning of the month you have 0 and the end of the month you have 5, then you're royal in waiting, as long as they've all put in their qualifying orders. But everything after that, you have to have 2 months worth to qualify. So for 1 month you're royal in waiting. The next month you have to have another 5 people. It could be the same people, it could be different people. You have to have 5 people put in an order to reach the rank of royal. And then to be lady, you have to do it again for 2 months, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go through and explain how you would rank to each of those. But our first 2 ranks are not really a part of that. Because for maiden you only have to have 3 people and only you can do it in a month. And for royal in waiting you only have to have 5 people. And there aren't really any crazy qualifications or anything. You just have to have them sign up and put in an order, and then you hit a rank. Okay? So let's get back to this. I don't know, maybe I've been playing too much Mario my whole life, but each of these things I kind of consider like unlocking a bonus. Like you are unlocking a thing when you hit a different rank, okay? which is why I'm saying, like, maybe I've played too much Mario Kart in my life. But when you're getting your group sales volume, like we talked about, sorry, I'm trying to balance this on this box. When you get your group sales volume, you and all the people that you want to make money off of have to do a 300 PV order, okay? And on your first line, when you rank to Royal, that means that you have had 5 people for 2 months in a row doing a 300 PV order. It does not have to be the same 5 people, just any 5 people. So if you recruit 5 people one month and they all do an order, and the next month you recruit 5 other people on your first line and they do an order, then you hit Royal. Okay? And on your first line with your group sales volume bonus, you get 10% of their remaining PV. So if they put in a 300 PV order, which is why I have these here, because that's the most common. If they put in a 300 PV order, you get $20. Because it does not include this first 100 PV that you already got 10% off of, if that makes sense. If they do a 750 PV order, you get 65. And then also your downline bonus, okay? But the trick about this on your first line is you will get your group sales volume bonus on your first line no matter how many people you have. So whether you have 1 person or 10 people or 20 people on your first line, you will still get the whole 10% of their PV, if that makes sense. But after this, you kind of have to like unlock the levels, like unlock the bonuses. If anything I'm saying doesn't make sense, let me know. Ask questions, because the first time I heard this, I was really confused, and I want to make sure to answer all your questions. So if you have any, let me know. Okay, so the next, on your second line, Daddy, could you do something about the piano? On your second line, hold on, I gotta take a breath. When you rank from Royal to Lady, all that means is that you have 5 people on your first line putting in an order and 5 people on your second line putting in an order for 2 months, consecutive months. So if you have 5 people on your first line and 5 people on your second line in August, and they all put in their 300 PV order, and then in September you only have 4 people on your second line put in a PV order, you have to start over. So you have to have them do it, put in their 300 PV for 2 consecutive months. And then you rank to Lady. To be a Lady, you just have 5 people on your first line and 5 people on your second line that have put in an order, and then you rank to Lady. And on your second line, for your group sales volume bonus, you get 6% of their remaining PV. Okay? So if they put in a 300 PV order, you make $12. And if they put in a 750 PV order, you make $39. Sorry, I made some notes down here because I didn't want to have to do the math while I was on the live, because sometimes I get brain farts when I'm on the live, and I didn't want to look totally ridiculous. So you get 6% off your second line's remaining PV, which would also be when you would rank to Lady. Okay, the next rank that we have is Countess, and this is a really big rank actually. It means that you have 3 people on your first line, 5 people on your first line, 5 people on your second line, and 5 people on your third line that have all put in a qualifying order, okay? But once you reach Countess, the company will send you what's called a SeneGence contract, and that's when you like sign a contract saying that you're going to be a leader, that you're going to do trainings, that you're not going to participate in any other MLM companies. So you can do other MLMs until you hit Countess, and then you have to, or you have the option to sign. You don't have to. You have the option to sign a SeneGence contract that will help you be able to continue to rank in the company. But this is actually a really cool thing, because that's when you're like signing like a cool thing, and you're a leader, and you're real, and it's fun when you hit Countess. But on your third line for your group sales volume bonus, you make 4%. You make 4% of their remaining PV. So if they put in a $300 or a 300 PV order, you get $8. If they put in a 750 PV order, you get $26. That's just an example. You'll have people that will, like my first couple of months. How many PV did we do? Probably over 2,000 PV in our first couple of months. So you'll have people who will do way more than 750. Okay, I missed this. I have a question. What does a line mean? Like, did I create a line for you and Janelle? No. So your first line is anyone that you personally sponsor and direct, like you personally sign up under you as a distributor. That's your first line. Your second line is anyone that the people you sponsor sign up, if that makes sense. So, like you both are on my first line, and anyone that you sign up will be on my second line. And anyone they sign up will be on my third line, if that makes sense. So that's how the lines work. Did that answer your question? Okay, then the next rank that you can hit is Duchess. And Duchess means that you have 5 on your first, second, third, and fourth lines doing their qualifying order. And it has to be, like I said, for 2 months consecutively to hit those ranks. So, I mean, you can sometimes double rank and skip ranks, but it's not as common up here. In these ranks, it's more common like down here, like from maiden to royal, that kind of thing. But it's not something that's going to happen overnight, because it takes 2 months, 2 months to qualify to become a lady, and 2 months to become a duchess, and 2 months to become, a countess and things like that. But on your fourth line, you make 3% of their remaining PV. So if they do a 300 PV order, you get $6. If they do a 750 PV order, you get $19.50. This is a 6, in case you're wondering. And that's just on your fourth line, you guys. And this adds up really quickly. The next rank that you can hit in the company is called Princess. And that means that you have 5 people on your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th lines doing their qualifying order every month for 2 consecutive months. And then you rank to Princess, which is really exciting, because every little girl wants to be a princess, and now we actually can. Okay, so when you get group sales volume bonus off of your 5th line, you get 2% off of their remaining PV. So if they do a 300 PV order, you get $4. And if they do a 750 PV order, you get $13. Okay, so you can make really, it adds up really, really quickly. But when I talked about at the beginning that you have to kind of unlock different bonuses, you have to have 5 people on your first line doing a 300 PV order to unlock the possibility of being able to get to your second line. So, like if you have 5 people on your first line, 3 people on your second line, and 10 people on your third line, you're not going to be able to get this third line group sales volume bonus until you've got 5 people on your second line for 2 consecutive months doing their 300 PV order, if that makes sense. So you have to just kind of like unlock it level by level by level. I had went to a training, and they were talking about how there is a girl in the company, and she's a maiden, which means she has 3 people on her first line, and she's got a crown princess under her that has like 200 people or something like that on her team. And if she just did 5 more people, like 2 more people onto her first line and ranked to royal, she would unlock this entire bonus. And so it seems really silly. Like, you've got to pay attention to what you've got going on, because if all you need to do is encourage your first line to recruit a little bit more so that you can unlock all of the bonus, then that's what you need to do, kind of a thing. Like, this adds up so quickly. And then, to become Crown Princess, you have got 5 people on all of your lines, And together, you've reached a group sales volume of $1 million in the seminar year, which I've talked about is April 1st through March 31st. So if your team does $1 million in retail sales in a year, that's when you rank to Crown Princess, which is really, really exciting. Because when you hit Crown Princess, you are in the company like forever. You can't go back any ranks. They pay for all the things for you. Like, everyone should have a goal to be Crown Princess. I want to be Crown Princess like one day, and I hope that I can really do it because I think that that is an amazing thing. And the crown that they give you is flipping awesome. I used to think when I first started this, I was like, no, I'm not going to recruit. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not, I don't really want a crown. And then I watched Seminar. It was just probably a month after I signed up and they did Seminar, and I was live streaming Seminar here at home, and I was seeing all the girls with their shiny crowns on, and I thought, I want a crown. And so, like, it really does, like, you really get into it, and you really want to, like, share the opportunity with women, with other women, so that they can get to this place and make so much, This is, like, here, I'm going to put this down. The ranking and the compensation plan in our company is where you will be able to reach financial freedom. Like, you can do amazing in sales. You can do $5,000 in sales every month and bring home $2,500, for your family. That's a possibility. But if you want to reach a place where you are not having to worry about money and things are going well for your company and well for your, financially, you want to grow a team, because you will make so much more money this way on a compensation plan than you will ever do doing sales. You can get up, and they don't have a compensation cap. So you can make, I know people in the company who are getting $11,000, $14,000, $20,000 compensation checks monthly because they have grown a team and it kicked butt at it. It's totally, totally possible for you. And if you don't want to do it, if you are just right now wanting to more focus on your business and just worry about you right now, then that is completely fine and totally your decision. But I'm going to just tell you again, one more time, this is where financial freedom lies. This is where the big bucks are with your compensation from the company. And they don't do like the break-offs. So like if you have someone underneath you that reaches Crown Princess, she doesn't like break off and you stop making compensation. They don't have anything like that. They don't have compensation caps. Like, if you grow your team and you train your team and you do an amazing job at it, you can make so much money. And you and your family can finally reach that place where you can go to Disneyland and buy all the extra things because you don't have to worry about money. Like, that kind of thing is really amazing. And I want to reach that place so badly. Like, I have cried about that before because I really, really, really look forward to the day when we can be having a good team of amazing women who have allowed this company to touch their lives and change their families, and we are making enough money that we don't have to worry about money. Because since we got married, how many years ago now? 5 years ago? We've had to live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck for 5 years.
Mommy,
5?
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny says 5. We've been living paycheck to paycheck for 5 years, and it gets old after a while, and it gets hard, and it gets stressful. And I mean, it's really exciting to think that we can reach this place where I don't know, just that place where you don't have to worry about money and you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, and you can get a compensation check from the company and feel like it's going to be okay. You can pay off all your debt and live your life and be okay, and that's like an amazing feeling. Like, it blows my mind that that's a possibility in this company. But it all happens when you grow a team, and that's why I talked about in the in our new distributor video, I talked about doing like recruiting right out the gate and starting to grow your team, because it will make a big difference financially for you and for your family, And at the same time, you're helping those women make a difference for their family. So that's why when I go to recruit people, I'm just going to say this before I close, before I end the video, but when you go to recruit someone, you should be thinking about how it's going to help them, how it's going to help their family, how it's going to change their lives. Because if you recruit selfishly, like, oh, come join my team, I don't think you're going to get as much out of it personally, and they won't either. So I think it's really important when you go to recruit to be thinking about the other person, how it could help them change their family, change their life, and then you just get like this super extra bonus of watching them be able to grow in their business and change their lives and change their family and help their family and make a little extra money on the side. Like, it really is just a beautiful thing and an amazing company that we work for, where we can have a compensation plan like this and make this kind of money and help our families this way, and at the same time help and support other women so that they can help their families this way. So anyway, that's just my feelings about it. I feel very passionately about that it should be very personal and geared towards the other person. Because I'm not the kind of person that's just like, oh, come join my team and help me make money for my family. I think it should be about them. And I think that if you're telling someone they should come do this and take advantage of this opportunity, you should have a reason why they should, if that makes sense. So that's my feelings about it. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about? Oh, thanks, Chelsea. I'm so glad. I get the chills when I think about it too. I really do. Just the opportunity that we have in this company and the amazing compensation plan. I know ladies who have been with Mary Kay for years and years, and they don't have a compensation plan like this. And so, I mean, you can make really good money really quickly with this business, whereas with other companies, you have to work for them for years to make the kind of money that we can make here. So yeah, it makes a big difference, and I really love it. So anyway, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm just going to say that I love you, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to reach this place in your business and with your family that you can be here. And I'm looking forward to watching that. So I love you, ladies, and have a good day, and I will see you really soon. Bye.